Hello and welcome to OverShadow ShadowCast with your host Thomas Anderson and Abigail Moat.
Hello.
Hello, dear tech wizard. How are you?
I'm very tired and also very sore.
Well, you sound okay.
I am musting as much energy
Hmm. I
I
love it.
am mustering as much energy as feasibly possible. I went to the gym yesterday
Feasible would
and
have been enough.
what did I say?
Feasibly possible. Feasible would have been
Feasible.
enough.
Feasible. Okay. I went to the gym yesterday and got a completely different routine, so everything more weight. It's either more weight or it's more intense and it's quite sore.
Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise because I'm having to fix my headphones. Right.
And I also put on weight, which I was very upset about. Put on about 2 kg.
For God.
So how are you doing?
Getting tangled up in about 1 billion cables. The cable is literally like a foot to 2 foot long, and I've somehow managed to kill myself on it 3 times.
That's a bit of an exaggeration.
I'm fine. How are you?
I've already said.
Oh yeah, good point. Sorry, as I said,
Yeah.
I was getting all tangled up.
Yeah, I was watching you like swivel about in your chair
Yeah,
put you like you were possessed. I was like, what's going on?
I was being murdered. I also noticed how your first attempt at mustering was must. I must.
I went out on Sunday. It was really nice. Went to a restaurant with some friends. We sat outside though.
You say though like that's a bad thing.
Well, I think that some people are a bit nervy about still sitting inside places.
I'm just.
But we sat
Yeah.
outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice.
I'm fine being outside or inside. Yeah, I'll be outside in my garden or inside my house.
Yes, but I was actually amongst other people, people
Ah.
I've never met before.
Ugh. The worst kind of people, other than the people that you have met, who are equally as bad.
Edinburgh was pretty busy. It was the day before the festival starting. Anywho,
At least it wasn't Glasgow.
no, it was not. I've not been to Glasgow for about a year and a half.
Well, lucky you.
I'd like to go in. I'd like to go in and do some shopping.
I wouldn't. Now, what have you been playing?
I've really just been playing a bit of Halo with yourself. We played a couple of missions, which was a lot of fun.
I think we've moved to training you with the more advanced tactics.
I'm getting better with the Warthog and the shooty gun on the back.
Yeah, you were much better with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've banned you from driving because we want that to be captured on film because it's too funny when you try to drive.
It's too infuriating.
That's hilarious.
When you said, "Oh, you're going to drive," I was like, "Oh, thank goodness." It's like I honestly could not handle that pressure.
No, you're banned from driving until we hit the last mission and we're recording it, and then you're taking over. And
Yay!
it's just going to bounce that warthog all over the place.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Absolute chaos. It'll be typical that it'll be the first time I'll drive completely fine.
Oh no! Please no.
But yeah, so we played we recently played Silent Cartographer, and I can't actually remember what the one before that was.
No, we didn't. We played the. Oh no,
Yeah,
you're
we
right.
did.
Sorry. Yes, you're
We
right.
literally played it a few hours ago.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused between Truth and Reconciliation and Silent Cartographer, and we played the Assault in the Control Room.
Yes, we did.
I'd say that your pistol shooting has got much better, and your lag shooting has got much better. The light anti-aircraft gun.
Yes.
But we're now on to more advanced tactics like don't double stack because I don't have anywhere to go to dodge grenades and gunfire if you stand right behind me. And you know,
got upset with me.
yeah.
And then I accidentally took all your equipment. I didn't mean to
I
because
wasn't
I didn't
upset
realize
at
you had
that.
died.
I actually wasn't upset with that. I was just saying you took all my guns, and you kept saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to." But I was actually just saying that you did that, so it wasn't.
I was being chased by a baddie and I got scared.
I wasn't angry about that. I did get a bit frustrated when two bad guys came round the corner and I was closer, so I went for the second one to cut down the amount of time it would take you to get to the first, rather than have you loop around me. You could just go straight for that guy. But you didn't do that. You just left him behind us and then charged for the second guy and somehow managed to kill me.
I only killed you a few times with my
Yeah.
old friend grenades.
Yeah. It was weird for a mission with so much driving in it, yeah.
So many grenades. I took down two
No, no,
hunters
no,
though
no,
pretty
no.
quick.
4.
No, what I was going to say was if you'd actually let me finish my sentence, the first time ever I managed to take down two hunters with just two shots.
So what you're actually admitting is that you then made mistakes with the next two.
That doesn't matter. What I'm so proud of is the fact that I managed to get down two hunters with two shots,
Yeah,
which has never happened before.
I was trying to
I
give you
once,
credit for the all 4, but all right, okay, take that back.
for the first time I ever did that bit of the mission, I was running around for about half an hour trying to take those two out.
Whereas in that one, to be fair, you just went bang, bang. That was it. Next.
Yeah. But then again, I had your help distracting them, but I still
You
managed
still
to do
had
it.
to hit them.
Yeah. So, well done, me. Pat,
Mhm.
pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat on the head.
Your name's not Pat. Did you see my no, it doesn't matter. Right. So what are you playing single player?
I'm not playing anything single player at the moment. I was playing Shitty Part of Me, but I've not gone back to that yet because it's given another chaotic week. I had me birthday, and then we had a little family get together, and then I was out in Edinburgh. So that was
Have you
between
finished
3 days.
Shady Part of Me?
No,
So you just haven't played it this week, but that's what you're
I've
playing.
just not played. Yeah, that's what I'm playing, but I've not played it this week.
Okay. So you said you thought you were close to the end. Do you know what you might play once you're done?
I was given a game for my birthday, which I would very much like to play.
But did you pick up the other two? Are you going to?
I think I will.
Yeah, I would probably do that.
Yeah, but I don't really care if I play them in order or not.
Okay. Agent of Chaos.
Well, I mean, I played the Spyro series out of sync.
Yeah,
I
but
played
this
the
is a
third one
lot.
before.
Like, I know a lot of modern games don't really, stick to their stories particularly well, but
Well, I read up on it, and they said it was more of a spin-off than a true sequel.
okay, fair enough.
So I really, really want to play it because it looks really, really interesting.
Okay. It just might mean that when you go and play the other two, if you do, then
I don't mind. I'll forget things.
yeah, that's the thing is to forget it. I mean, I finished Assassin's Creed Origins, and I'll move to play Odyssey at some point, but I'm going to wait at least a good year because they're too similar.
Yeah.
I know Origins was just not good enough for me to want to go into a game that reminds me of it too soon.
I was asking because I had a blank. I honestly couldn't remember if it had been Origins that you were playing because there was a big sale on, and I think that was like about 90% off or something like that for like the Ultimate Gold Edition or something. I was like, oh, I wonder if this is good. And I was like, oh wait, Origins, that might be the one that he's playing and he didn't like. Because we've spoken about, there's been so many, it's really difficult for me to kind of keep track of.
If I was to recommend a singular purchase online for Assassin's Creed, it would be the Ezio collection. End of story.
That's on sale as well.
That
sounded really weird. And I can't hear any of that. I think he's trying to do chef's kisses.
No. It's weird that you can't pick that up because it's redlining my microphone.
I can't hear anything.
See, I just heard you make a wee noise there. How is it not picking up me going mwah at the...
I don't know. It's really strange. So yeah, I think we're just kind of like just playing through the The Halo games again.
No, that's not.
The
We were
missions.
We were talking about shady part of me and what you might
Yeah,
play
but I
afterwards.
was going back. I was going back to what we were originally talking about.
Well, no, because we'd moved past that. I was asking you what single player you were playing.
I know, but I wanted to bring it back.
All right. Well, not really, because I think we'll probably play through the Halo missions in order when we record them next.
Indeed.
But what are you going to play? Are you going to play that game that you got?
Yes.
Do you want to say what it is or keep it to yourself?
It's Watch Dogs Legion.
Watchdog Legion.
I keep wanting to say Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs.
Is it Watch Dog or Watch Dogs? Watch Dog.
I think it's Watch Dogs.
It's Watch Dogs. Yeah, I've just looked at the cover. Yeah, it's Watch Dogs Legion.
Did you get a physical copy?
Yeah. It's the Ultimate Edition. Look at its shininess. I have, yeah. I've installed it.
Is there a manual inside?
Yes.
There's a manual inside.
There's that.
How much is that? How many pages?
It's 3 pages.
That's not a manual.
Okay.
That's a folded up piece of
I've
paper.
got a Watch Dogs Legion season pass.
That's the ultimate stuff.
I actually need to see how to use this, because I'm worried in case I accidentally activate something and then never use it, and then I feel really sad that I've not used it.
The season pass will begin automatic downloads for the season pass content, so it will be in the game. It'll be nearly impossible for you to miss it.
Okay. And I've got a 4-week VIP status.
Okay, so I would put that in when you were playing.
Yeah, that's got a redeemable code on it. I'm super excited. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you got this. Thank you. I was well chuffed. So thank you. If he's listening, he'll know who he is. Sister's boyfriend.
Yes, you said that. That's what I was trying to remember. If you said that it was your sister's boyfriend or not.
Yeah.
Just a mystery gentleman sending you gifts. Ooh.
No.
Becomes creepy when you don't even know who it is. Ooh. Do you think that's what you'll play next?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
I think I might actually play it alongside Shady Part of Me, just so I've got a bit of a break between the two.
Okay, well,
so
Shady
I don't
Part...
Sorry. I was just going to say, but you know what it's like when I play a game for too many hours. I sometimes go away from it for a few months, and I don't want to do that. I want to play them both along the same side of each other.
Well, I reckon Shady Part of Me won't last that long, because Watch Dogs Legion's probably 100 hours or something.
Yeah. Awesome.
That'll be good if it's good.
I'm pretty sure it is. Was it supposed to be amazing? Build the resistance.
Okay. Build the resistance. Right.
It's also got online multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but it's made by Ubisoft, right?
Ubisoft.
Yeah, they're the same people that make Assassin's Creed.
It says it's also made for Xbox Series X. So does that mean if I got the Series X, I could use the same copy on that one as well?
Aye.
Yes. Multi-purpose.
Yes.
I'm genuinely so chuffed.
Good.
I also got other things on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I got some books.
Mm-hmm.
Based on your favorite series.
What ones did you get?
I've gotten Halo books.
Okay, well, I knew what my favorite series was. What did you get?
What do you mean?
I know my favorite series is Halo, so I'm asking what you got.
Oh, it's so far away. I got Halo First Strike.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also got Halo The Flood.
Uh-huh. Did you say you got 2?
I believe there is a third one, but it has not arrived yet.
Yeah, I was thinking that, because whoever got you those has got you the second and the third. So, yeah.
So I am waiting on number 1. And then I shall start reading them. And I'm looking forward to it, because it's got killer, art covers. I love the art covers of the books as well. One's shiny and one's matte.
Which one's which?
Blood is shiny. First Strike is matte.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me see those. Right, so they're those are the reprints. Those are the 2010-2019 reprints, not the 2005 original release.
Is that a difference?
Yeah. It means that they'll apparently the reprints have. Well, we can talk about it more when playing the games, but there's like 100 pages at the end of other stories, which I don't think you should read yet because it's based after Halo 3. Sorry, say that again. I couldn't hear that.
Well, I can always I'll read them. I want to read them.
No, I meant the bits at the back.
Well, then I won't read the bits at the back.
And I just thought I would warn you of that so you don't ruin Halo 3 for yourself.
Okay. Matte cover. So thank you to the people that bought me the books as well. I also got some lovely other presents.
What did you get?
I got some candles. I got some makeup. I got a lovely Radley purse. I got some art watercolor pens, some precision pens, which I've not had a go at yet, but I will. I got some flowers.
I thought you had hay fever.
They're roses. I'm not really all that allergic to roses. I got some notebooks and things like that. My sister's bought me some art stuff, but that's not arrived yet. And she's starting to get a bit worried. She's like, I've not actually had an update yet about the order. And I'm like, hopefully it's.
I mean, she didn't.
It's an okay site.
I mean, she didn't buy it.
She did buy it.
I remember there was storms around my mother's birthday, and I placed orders for some stuff that ended up all getting. I think I did. Either I couldn't place them or they got cancelled, and I wasn't able to get her the thing I wanted to get her for like 3 months, or in fact, it might have been 6 months after her birthday. It was last year, not this year.
Well, I suppose last year everything was so chaotic.
Well, it wasn't. It was storms and then COVID, and it was just a nightmare. So, but I was not getting her something worse just to get her something. I don't like doing that, so I waited. Got her some really nice walking boots.
That's good.
So she went outside and she kicked somebody's house down. Well, that's what you've been playing. What?
Yes. What have you been playing?
What have I been playing?
Yes, what have you been playing?
Boop, boop, boop. Well, I did play a little bit more Divinity with my brother. Just more heavily reinforced the idea that game is not. It's very unfriendly, but it's and a wee bit slow, but it's not deliberately like that. It's slow to give you a chance to learn what you're doing and to make it difficult and to make it turn-based and D&D like with the rolls and the things and the whatevers. But it's also a bit difficult from the point of view of like the difficulty is actually quite naturally high. You are sort of like level locked in certain areas. The enemies are always a certain level, so you can come across enemies much harder than you can beat, and you need to specifically pick fights that you know you can win to level up.
Yeah.
And the quest log, such as it is, like we didn't pay attention to it, and we don't feel like we're the right level at all. And I've gone back to check it, and there's a good half a dozen quests that we need to go back to there's a big area with surrounding areas around it and a city, which is a safe zone.
Yeah.
And the guards will tell you at certain doors, you don't want to go through here yet, mate. You're not ready. I've told you this before. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exits.
Yes.
And they'll literally just tell you you're not ready for that. You can go through anyway, but they'll tell you you're not ready for that, mate.
Aye, pal. I don't think you're quite there yet.
Yeah.
I don't think you're quite there yet. Maybe come back in a few days. Go battle a few armies, and then you can come and do this.
Exactly. And we've managed to get up, out the right areas and level up. So we're level 7, I think. But we just don't feel like we're quite right yet. So I had a check of the log, and it looks like we need to ping back and do a couple of quests in that safe city area to level up.
Yeah.
Because the fights are just a bit... I mean, I haven't leveled my character up properly. I put my hands up to that because we don't know how the leveling up system works. So my brother's pretty sure he wants to go down a certain path. I'm not convinced yet, so I've been saving my points so that what I can do is I can experiment one day with a save, put all the points in to see what the maximum level unlock is for the man-at-arms skill, for example, and then if I don't like that, load it back up. And that way I can just check.
Yeah.
But I think the issue is that for something that levels up to, say, maximum rank 3, you need 6 points. Because,
Right.
to go from... To get level 1, you need 1 point. Level 2, you need 2. Level 3, you need 3. So that's 6. But if it's a 4th and 5th level, then technically I would need 15 points.
Yes.
So that then... And I've tried to look up online what the skills look like at max level, and I can't find a list of them. So it looks like I might be playing through the whole game without leveling my character up fully till I get 15 points. Which really doesn't sound like fun, but it might be the only way to do it and not accidentally create a character that can't survive.
Yeah, I think that maybe you just need to kind of like go with what the game's telling you to do and not have to like
What do you
worry
mean?
about like
Because the game's not giving us any instructions at all on the leveling up system of like level 5 in shield proficiency does this
No.
or that or the next thing.
Like I mean like when you go up and they say, "Oh, you're not ready for this level." If you go up to and go, "Oh yeah, you are," then maybe just kind of go with that.
I'm sorry, I'm not talking about the games. The game's giving us that context feedback about whether or not we're fit for that area. But the point is, when you're leveling up, you can level up the skills to have a certain rank. So I'm
Right,
leveling
sorry.
up, but I'm not leveling up properly because I'm not putting the points into the skills because I don't know. So if I put, all my points into shield proficiency, is that a waste of time? Should I go for armor proficiency? That's
Okay,
what I'm talking
sorry.
about because I don't
Right.
understand how that works yet. So my
Okay, my
idea was to get enough points that I can save it, put them all into one thing to see what it does, note that down, load it back up, put them all into the next one, note that down, and go through it like that. And that way I know then what everything does because I don't find it anywhere online. And it's not in the game.
Is that not really tedious?
It will, yeah, because it means my character's a little bit limited compared to the others that we're using, but also it will be tedious to do. Because say in KOTOR, when you're picking skills or anything like that, you can see the next step. So you can see flurry, and then improved flurry, and then max flurry or super flurry or mega flurry or whatever it's called.
When you say that, I'm just imagining like different speeds of like a snowfall when you say
No,
flurry.
it's like 3 hits in one move.
No, I get that, but I just find it funny because that's just what I imagine.
Well, yeah, it's like that. It's like a flurry, but replace snow with lightsabers and swords. But in that game, it shows you what the level. So I know if I pick flurry, it's 2 or 3 hits in one turn, and then if I pick improved, I get 4, and then if I pick master, it's master flurry. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Then I get 5 hits in one turn.
Mm-hmm.
But in this, I haven't got a clue. It doesn't tell. It tells you what the upgrade is for the next level, but it doesn't tell you what the end game is. Whereas in KOTOR, it does. You can see all the powers. You can lay your path out. I want this, 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 and this. And I really could use something like that in this because there's too many people online saying I created a character that just couldn't function.
Right.
So you can do that. You can accidentally create a broken character.
I see what you mean now.
And my brother's path makes perfect sense. He's decided he's putting all of his points into Hydrophinist, which is water power, and it includes health magic. Absolutely fine. That makes perfect sense. But I'm the melee guy. I need to either make myself DPS or tank. If I split myself too evenly between them,
there's no point.
There's no point. I'm just going to be a dude.
Just a dude.
You just be a dude in the middle of the fight going. So I'm worried because my path is a lot less clear.
Right.
Because I've heard that armor proficiency is great because it reduces the movement penalty from wearing heavy armor, which is so severe I don't actually wear heavy armor. I just wear light armor and move around a lot.
Yeah.
Um, but I've also heard that that's rubbish because it's just a fixed point. You just get a little boost. It's not affected by anything else. It's just you get slightly more armor for each piece that you're wearing and slightly more movement. I've heard that shield proficiency increases your ability to reflect damage. So it's worth going to get because you can reflect all the damage back on attacks. So if you're good enough, your tank can't be hit and doesn't need to do damage because he's reflecting it all.
Yeah.
But if that's incorrect in any way, because that seems like such an obvious power, there are still people advising that you take armor proficiency. But why would you need to do that if you're basically invulnerable? So clearly something's not. There's a split opinion there.
Hmm.
You know, and if I go with shield proficiency and it turns out to not be as good as I thought, I can't. There's also the fact that I need them to come up and attack me. If they use magic or ranged, it might not work. So there might be no rebuff of the damage. So
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it's the game doesn't give you enough information as far as I'm concerned.
No, yeah, that sounds really strange because normally, like, no matter what game it is, like you say, it kind of tells you what each upgrade is going to do, like like you say, like the outcome of it to give you like a blind skill set, if you will. Like you just don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
That sounds absolutely ridiculous.
So it means that I don't really know what to do, and it means I might need to wait till I've got 15 skill points. I think I've got 6 or 7 at the minute. I don't know, but we're not struggling at the minute because of that. I don't think. I think we're struggling because we haven't done those quests that we need to do back in the safe zone main city of this area. But yeah, we got pulled into a fight against a character that was our level, but he just summoned like 6 bad guys, and we have to beat them first, and we can't. So we went.
The mammoth bad guys.
So we went
that you cannot defeat. Sorry.
We went to a different area, and we found a couple of fights we could do, but we also found a big area of that area we can't fight in because it's too. It's just. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can go away and do a bit of leveling up in the safe zone, and it'll make the game a little bit less
challenged, but not so impossible that
it's I'm looking for a less harsh word than tedious, because it's not tedious, but tedious is
repetitive?
The closest word. No. Tedious as in
slow.
I think slow isn't quite right either, because we're having to try and slightly game the system at points. Like, we ended up in a fight where I think that we should have ended up in a fight with more than just 2 bad guys, but because the other bad guys were so far away, they didn't join in.
Yeah.
So we just stood perfectly still and used range attacks and stuff like that. We didn't go past a certain point in the battlefield that we were in, because we didn't want to accidentally activate the other bad guys.
Yeah.
And that feels a little bit like playing it. It's almost like gaming the system. But that's what we're sort of reliant upon, because we're just not quite right yet. But I think going back and leveling up will help. Like, as I said, not using my skill points, not picking any, not making any of those decisions, but just the actual act of leveling up increases your health, and I think you do slightly more damage and stuff like that. So that should help.
Yeah.
And I do pick talents, and I do pick attribute points to increase. I just don't pick skills, because I don't know what they do. And I'm not putting. If you put a point into each of the magic abilities, you'll never be good enough at anything to actually fight properly at the end of the game. You need to max one of those out.
So you want to kind of like focus on one kind of skill set or one kind of power, if you will.
Yes, you need to focus on one of the skills. You need to focus on one. when it comes to combat. And
So would you say like throw 90% of your points into one skill and then the other 10 to others?
no, I would say maximize one combat skill and then put the other stuff in when you know you need it or when you can use it.
Okay.
So like I have, you'll find items that increase your points and things, which are quite useful. Like I've got gloves that increase lock picking and stuff like that.
Okay, so that was always the one thing, like these kind of games, I never knew quite how to balance out the point system.
Well, because
Sorry, I just hit the mic.
you're thinking it might be, in some games you just put points into like attack
All of them.
or whatever. But I'm talking about using skill points to buy skills.
Okay.
And that's why you can't maximize everything, because you can easily get level 1, maybe even level 2 in the 5 types of magic, because that would only be 15 points.
Yeah.
But if you spend 15 points maximizing one, that's the only way for your character to be truly useful at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where the biggest skills are, mastering something. Because
Yeah.
you need to be a master to use certain master level skills. But that's the problem. You don't know which ones suit your gameplay style and the rest of your team until you know. So my brother going down the route of healing makes sense because you need a good healer. That's fine.
Yeah.
But me, I need to make sure that I go down the right DPS/tank route. Otherwise, I'm going to be useless. So that's why I'm a bit more stuck. And if I just randomly started putting points in magic, then I'm going to end up being useless to him. And unfortunately, the main characters are the ones you can't get rid of. So we have an archer, a dual wielder, a two-handed weapon expert. I actually went a two-handed weapon expert at the beginning, but there's so much confusion over whether or not I should be using a shield that I use a shield now. It's working for me a bit better. But I've got a point in two-hander that if I do go down the whole shield proficiency route, I can't use two weapons or two-handed weapon because one of my hands is on a shield. So like that's a good example of a point that's wasted because I'll probably not use two-handed weapons anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just sorry. We've also got an air expert, an air magic expert, and that's it. So it's just yeah. And the one thing I did want to talk about a different game before we go away, unless you had something to add.
Not really. I think that probably the tedious route is going to have to be it of throwing all the points into one thing and then playing it for a bit and then
I wouldn't play it for a bit. I would just write down what it tells me.
Oh, okay.
And then load it back up. I wouldn't, because that would take me like 40 hours. But I completed Assassin's Creed Origins.
Okay,
I'm going to be very, very, because I've spoken about it so much. I don't think I need to be too quick other than just sum everything up. Which is, the story is good, but they don't bite into it.
Yeah.
So you will feel unfulfilled because they just don't properly bite into it to really grab it. Assassin's Creed hasn't done that properly since maybe Ezio's trilogy, or 3 or 4, you could argue, did it quite well, but they haven't done it since then. And this is the 10th game or something like that. I don't know. There's 3 for Ezio, there's 3, there's 4, there's Unity, and then there's so it's the 9th game. The graphics, the setting, the scenery, it's beautiful. It looks amazing. Just running around that world looks amazing, and a lot of the music's quite good too. I liked it, and I liked the character. Not as much as Ezio or anything like that, but I did like the character. He was all right. But the gameplay is just fundamentally broken for me.
Which is a real
the climbing is too easy, and everything else is too difficult. And it's difficult not because it's just hard. It's difficult because it doesn't work. I remember one fight I was doing with a boss. These particular boss fights take like 10 minutes to do. I got him down to about 20% of his health, and then my guy, literally, the boss does a swing with this weapon, and my guy just essentially goes stationary and glides across the map, and then gets hit by the weapon. It's like the game decided I was hit, but I was out of range. This is one of the things this game does. If you're out of range, but the game decides that you were hit, it pulls you back into range. So it looks like the guy missed, and
Crazy.
then you just get pulled into range and get hit. And on the hardest difficulty, that means you're normally dead. So I had spent like 7 or 8 minutes fighting this boss, and just got pulled under its weapon from about 5-10 meters away. Just whoop, stab.
That is mad, though.
Yeah, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't dodge. I wasn't allowed to do a thing. It's really. It makes you make good decisions about what weapons you're going to use, because the weapons do function differently, but they all really, in a way, function. It's just broken. The combat is just. I've told you this before. It's things like they'll do a charging run at you,
Yeah.
but then there'll be a bit of a bug where they won't stab you quite when they're supposed to. So when you try to dodge or parry or launch your own attack, because it's bugged out for a second and not attacked when it's supposed to, you can't do it. Because you've got to time it. And you can't time it if they're supposed to attack and don't, and then just wait and then go, got you. It doesn't work.
Nice.
You know? If the game,
Yeah.
if you pay attention, the way the game's supposed to work is if you see that coming, you can time a response. I saw it coming and couldn't, because every now and again, say 10-20% of the time, it just screws up its own timing.
Yeah.
There's times when you'll just get into random fights where you're annihilated and you can't do a thing about it. Because there's so many people have spawned in around you for no reason. There's times when you go into a hiding spot, it'll tell you you're hidden, and then they just walk right up to you and stab you.
Stabby, stabby.
It's like a game that's meant to be experienced but not played.
Which is the fundamentals of a game, is to play it and not to experience it.
If you want to play this game more than once, don't. If you want to play this game and you're desperate to play it on the hardest difficulty, you definitely won't enjoy it. If you're okay playing it on a lesser difficulty, I think you might enjoy it, because at lesser difficulties, your mistakes can be forgiven.
Yeah.
But as can the game's. Because that's the thing. If you make a mistake in a hard difficulty, you die. But what happens if the game makes a mistake as well? You die. So if you get pulled into the magic range of an attack, and there are no magic attacks in this, if you just get pulled into range somehow, you get slid across the map, or something bugs out, or 400 enemies get spawned on top of you for no reason, well, you're fine. Because it's an easier difficulty. You've got more options because you can take more hits, and you probably do more damage. But if it's the hardest difficulty, you're 1, maybe 2 hits from death at any point, in which case you can't do anything when the game makes a mistake.
It just sounds so painful.
Well, it was 132 hours to complete the whole thing, and I wanted to put that in.
Goodness.
I knew I was going to slag the game off, so I wanted to put the time into it and do everything. And it disappointed me, because every time I thought, oh great, they're getting right into a story here that I can chew on, they do something I don't understand why they did. And normally that decision is not to take the story down a certain angle, it's just to stop looking at the story.
It's mad. It just sounds mad. Well, thank you for your sacrifice of 136 hours. 132 hours, my apologies.
Honestly, I think that we said we might play through the Assassin's Creed games in some way, and if we do, when it comes to that one, side missions be damned, basically.
Okay.
Just play the main story on like normal difficulty, maybe do the DLC if you feel like it, and then move on. But you won't, and you like the story. You will. I think you'll probably be the same as me and everybody else. You'll be sitting there going, "Is that the end?" Because like they left every single part of this story unfinished.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's it. Just very disappointed, but I'm done it now, so I can play other things.
Well, Tommy's been disappointed in Assassin's Creed Origins, but we hope you've not been as disappointed with this show today. See how I tied it in?
Yeah, you did. Nice one.
Thank you. If you like what you heard and you'd like to hear more, you could always subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button for when we upload. Hit the notification. I've just said that twice.
Hit it again, but then hit it a third time.
Yeah. so that you are actually made aware when we upload. You can like the video, that'd be fantastic. You can share it with everybody, that would be awesome. You can leave a comment down below. What stories would you like us to discuss next week? Have you played Assassin's Creed Origins? What did you think?
It's bad.
I was about to say, have you played Shadow's Part of Me, but don't tell me that because I don't want to know what the ending is.
Good point. You don't want to know what the ending is to Assassin's Creed Origins because it means that somebody had to play it.
They can say what they thought of it. Like,
it was made by the same people that made your present, by the way. The present your girlfriend's boyfriend, your sister's boyfriend gave you.
Yes.
So that bodes well.
Thanks.
No, I'm you know what I'm going to do just to. You've said all the things that you.
I've also want to say that if you want to email us, our email address is overshadow.shadowcast@gmail.com. And I think that is everything.
Okay, I'm just going to look up the Metacritic.
What's that?
It's the score that reviewers give it compared with the score that players give it. The Metacritic score for AC Origins is 85. The user score is 7.6.
Oh.
Wow. Genuinely would give it a red score. That's 4 or below. I would give it 3. Story's non-existent. The story is just like not properly chewed on at all, and the actual gameplay is so bad.
I think you need to go away and maybe take a step away from Assassin's Creed for a little bit.
There's lots of people writing here that they played it for a few hours and they just couldn't. Like, like they even took away like the the progress tracker, so you don't even know how much of the game you've done at any point. Why would you do that?
I'm gonna say goodbye now.
Sorry, yes, you're right, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'd have given it 3.
Pull it back.
There you go, that's my review. I give it 3 out of 10, maybe 2. I'll have to think about it. 2.5 out of 10.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.